Good afternoon, everyone. It's Crystal. I hope everyone is having a wonderful Sunday. Welcome to another episode of Sunday Funday. This week, we are featuring the Dove of Hope stamp set from Stampin Up. Today is Sunday, December 6th, 2020. So, I hope everyone is getting ready for the holidays, sending out cards, getting your gifts together. Taking care of yourselves. This is a stressful time for a lot of people. I know that some people have concerns and experiences with depression around the holidays. So I hope that you're doing some good self-care. So before I show you the projects that we will do today, I have several announcements. The first is this sale that's happening on Tuesday. It begins on Tuesday, December 8th. I just learned of it on Friday, but I wanted to share it with everyone today. The August to December mini catalog, which I've been featuring products from for several weeks, will be retiring on at the end of December. So now is your opportunity to get some items, some products that you have been looking at, get them on sale. Some of the products will not be on sale, but a good number of the products will be on sale, and several of them will be 50% off. Now, I have made my list. I'm a list maker, so you'll hear me say that a lot. I made my list. I will probably, the sale starts Mountain Time. Stampin' Up is in Utah, so they do Mountain Time. So I may actually stay up. I'm in New Jersey, so I may stay up to I'm a night owl anyway, so I may actually be up anyway. So I may stay up and get a jump on these products. So you can go to my website, interwovencreationsbycrystal.com/store. Get the host code if you're going to spend less than $150. It's ZQMAVC6A. So everyone who uses the host code for December will be entered into a prize drawing. So Tuesday, December 8th, this sale starts, and there's some good deals happening. The Curvy Celebrations. Before I learned about the sale, I was actually planning to talk about this bundle because I featured this bundle previously. It became available on November 3rd, and it's available until January 4th. So this is another product that's going to retire. Part of it is. So I mentioned it previously for the Curvy Christmas stamp set and the Classic Christmas paper. That these two are going to retire at the end of December. If you want the Quite Curvy stamp set and the Curvy dies, this will carry over, as we say. But I wanted to remind people that, Christmas comes every year, so you can use these two year after year. So I wanted you to be able to take advantage of it. And I have some paper, because sometimes you need to see the paper up close. Paper is 6x6. The coordinating colors are Cherry Cobbler, Sahara Sand, Shaded Spruce, and Whisper White. There are 48 sheets of paper. I'm going to show you what the paper looks like. So this is Cherry Cobbler, and there's some trees. And this is the other side. sort of a crosshatch kind of. Then there's these are holly leaves with some berries, still cherry cobbler. And this is like snowflakes. And then we have some other kind of leaves. It looks like there's some holly berries in this as well. And then we have stars, 2 different size stars. Then we have a horizontal and vertical stripes, making a patchwork design. And then we have diagonal lines. And we have that in all 3 colors. Here's the Sahara sand with the trees, and then the crosshatch, the berry leaves, and the berries, the holly leaves, excuse me, and the berries, and then the dots, the larger leaves with the holly berries and the stars, and then the stripes, horizontal and vertical stripes with the diagonal stripes on the back. And here's the same designs in the shaded spruce. The trees, crosshatch, holly leaves and the berries, the dots, the large leaves with the holly berries, the 2 types of stars, horizontal and vertical lines, and diagonal lines. So I just wanted to remind people that this paper will not be available after December 31st. And here's the Curvy Christmas stamp set. The dies will be available, but I just wanted to show. Here's the stamp set. There are 13 stamps in the stamp set. You have the trees, the stars. Here's some smaller stars. There's a snowflake. May your days be merry and bright. Thinking of you at Christmas. There's a bow. Here's some smaller snow. Merry Christmas. There's the pine, looks like pine needles. The larger leaves going in both directions. This is slightly smaller, but all of this coordinates with the paper. So the design series paper I just showed you, and this stamp set will retire at the end of December 31st, 2020. If you want the Quite Curvy stamp set and the curvy dies, these will be in the next catalog. These are not retiring. But I just wanted to remind you that you can get these 2, the stamps and the dies, along with the previous stamps, the Curvy Christmas stamp set and the Classic Christmas Designer Series paper as a bundle right now. So don't sleep on it. I wouldn't want you to miss out. I really like that stamp set. I was surprised. And I like the dies that go with it. So that is that. The next announcement is a reminder for the December 2020 Paper Pumpkin. Very comforting is the theme. If you must subscribe by December 10th, which is this coming Thursday, in order to receive the package in the mail. Come straight to your mailbox. Paper pumpkins are $22 a month. That includes the shipping. If you have children in your life and you want to give them some kind of activity, especially going into winter. Winter starts in a few weeks. Then this is an inexpensive way to keep them occupied during the winter. Each paper pumpkin kit comes with a small ink spot, a stamp set, and all of the supplies you need to make whatever projects are included. It's an all-inclusive kit. When you get your first paper pumpkin, you will get a stamping block. It's a D-size stamping block. It's this thick, and it says paper pumpkin on it. So just a reminder, whenever you want to do paper pumpkin, it's a month-to-month subscription. You subscribe, you can cancel at any time, $22, shipping is included. And save the date. I'm doing another card making workshop with a card kit that is in the new catalog, the January to June 2021 mini catalog. The card making workshop will occur on Friday, January 29th, 2021. 6 o'clock to 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time via Zoom. If you are a member of my email list, you will get at least a 24-hour advanced notice to the public. You will get an advance on the public of notice of which card making kit I'm going to do, what the price of the kit is, and what the details are for registration. There are benefits to registering early, so save the date. So on Friday, I received the January to June mini catalog and the celebration brochure. So if you had given me your address as of last Sunday, this should be in the mail to you starting on December 8th. That is Tuesday. Tuesday, December 8th, Stampin' Up! Will send these out to the people that I told them to. I am a demonstrator, so this is my copy just for being a demonstrator. So I can't show you the inside of the catalog yet. I will discuss the promotions in the catalog and the promotions for Celebration. I know people have been thinking about joining Stampin' Up! As a demonstrator. There is a special promotion that starts January 5th. I'll discuss it later. So if you are interested in becoming a demonstrator, I strongly suggest that you become a demonstrator starting January 5th. I can tell you the details and what the special gifts are for joining during Celebration. So those are our announcements. So as I mentioned, we are doing the Dove of Hope stamp set. This is the stamp set. It is a red rubber stamp. The cling stamps, they're also called cling stamps. They come as one large rectangle. So you break them off and then you add the label. There are 9 stamps in the stamp set. You have a dove with the wings spread, and there's another dove with the olive branch. Peace, joy, love. May your season be filled with all the wonder and blessings of Christmas. And hope in your heart. Here's an ornament. Here's another branch with some berries. There's a snowflake, and then you have peace on earth. If you have the August to December mini catalog, this stamp set is on page 13. I don't have the dies, but I do have the stamp set, and I will show you the projects we will make together today. So, when I decided to use the stamp set, I knew I wanted to feature the dove, but I wasn't sure exactly how I wanted to feature the dove. So I did some stamping. I stamped in gray granite, I stamped in smoky slate, and I stamped in whisper white on the Night of Navy cardstock. So I did both just to see. And I didn't really like the gray granite. I didn't like that shade of gray, so I took that out of the running. So for the smoky slate, I said I like this, but I wanted to jazz it up a little bit. So I took my Wink of Stella. It's a glitter pen. And then I took my Shimmery Crystal Effects and I painted over the dove. I like the effect of the Wink of Stella pen. So if I bring it closer to the camera, you should be able to see there's some glitter, there's some shimmery glitter in this dove. And then when I did the Shimmery Crystal Effects, I didn't like that as much. If you own this and if you use this, this is best for small areas. Like say you have a small circle, or even if you have this ornament here, something small like this, that's the best use for the Shimmery Crystal Effects. This dove was too big to use. Like I don't know if you can see it, but I don't like how that effect happened. So that's one of the benefits of practicing on scrap paper, to see what you like, see what you don't like. But the Wink of Stella is good. So, and I also did the Wink of Stella on the Night of Navy. I didn't like that as much. So once I practiced, I knew exactly how I was going to proceed. And I knew I liked the Whisper White with the Whisper White dove on the Night of Navy cardstock. So I just want to show you how the Wink of Stella works. You have to shake it. And then you pull off the top. And this is the tip. It's a brush tip. And then the best way to do it is to do strokes in one direction. Don't sweep back and forth, just one direction to get the glitter on the paper. And it's best to just take your time so that you don't get a lot of streaks. You can see, I hope you can see. Let me pick it up. But I'm going in one direction. I'm going from right to left. One direction. Don't sweep back and forth. And once it dries, you'll get a nice glittered, you get a nice glitter on your dove. So that's how the Wink of Stella pen works. So if you've been thinking about getting some Wink of Stella, but you weren't sure how it would behave, this is the best way. There's a brush tip, and the best practice is to just brush in one direction. So there's that. And this is how it looks. It comes with a black ring around it. You take that off when it comes, and you shake it before you use it. So here is our card. So the card is a Night of Navy card base. It's 4 1/4 by 11, and I scored it at 5 1/2. This designer series paper is 4 by 5 1/4, the blue is 4 by 5 1/4. This Whisper White cardstock is 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. The Smoky Slate ink, like I mentioned previously, and the Wink of Stella. These are Pearl Basic Jewels that I colored with my light Smoky Slate Stampin' Blend. And I will show you that process later. I previously did an unboxing, and during my unboxing I showed how to color the Pearl Basic Jewels. So inside of our card, this Whisper White cardstock is 4 by 5 1/4. This DSP is 3/4 inch tall and 4 inches long. And the sentiment says, "May your season be filled with all the wonder and blessing of Christmas." So that is our card. And then this is my envelope. I used Peace, Joy, Love on the lower left of the front. And then for the flap, Peace, Joy, Love on the flap as well. So first, before we assemble the card, I want to show you the paper that I use on the front. This blue paper, I just want to show you where this came from. This is the Snowflake Splendor Designer Series paper. The coordinating colors are Balmy Blue, Coastal Cabana, Highland Heather, Misty Moonlight, Night of Navy, Pacific Point, Pool Party, and Whisper White. So here's one side, and that's the other side. Here's one side, and that's the other side. Seems as though the second sides are more watercolor-ish, so more artsy. So those two go together. Here's one side, there's the other side. Here's one side, here's the other side. Here's one side with snowflakes, and this is the side that I use for my card. So you will see that the second card layer, the layer for the second card is slightly different from the layer from the first card, because depending on how you cut this, you can get different effects. So I like this side so I use this for our samples today. And this one, and this is the second side for that. So that is the Snowflake Splendor Designer Series paper. It is in the mini catalog, the August to December mini catalog, and that also is going to, retire at the end of December. So if you are interested in the paper, make sure that you order it probably during the sale. I don't know if that particular paper is on sale, but if you want to get it before the December 31st, 2020, I suggest that you order some. So here's our card base. This is our outside. I already stamped it and colored with the Wink of Stella, because you really need to let it dry. That's why I did it beforehand. Here's our Stampin' Blends. We have the light and the dark Smoky Slate. Stampin' Blends comes as a set. There's always a dark and a light. Here are our pearls. Here's our envelope. It's the same as the first envelope. I've already sent my Christmas cards out, but Christmas comes every year, so I can hold on to these till next year. So I stamped these to do the Wink of Stella, but I did it on my practice, so I'll save this for another project. So as you see with my designer series paper, I'm going to get a different effect than the first card because of the way the blue and the midnight, misty moonlight, the night of navy, how all that's working together. So, let's start with the inside of the card. This is cardstock, so I will do all 4 corners and the diagonal. So let me know if you have any questions about any of the techniques or products I'm using today. So I flip it to the front of my card. My first layer is the designer series paper. I'm going to place it like that so that the dark is on the bottom. Always check. So that's our designer series paper. Here is our Whisper White cardstock, Peace on Earth, Smoky Slate. I didn't like this side. This is slightly crooked. Probably couldn't tell, but I could tell, so I just stamped it again. And I'll do the diagonal. So, card is almost done. I'm going to use my scoring tool to make sure it's nice crisp fold there. So here are our Pearl Basic Jewels. I've already colored some. I wasn't sure if I was going to use the light smoky slate or the dark smoky slate. So this one is light. This one is dark. It's a subtle difference, but I prefer the light. I don't know if you can see the difference, but so these red ones are for the next project. But this one is the one I did when I did my unboxing. So today we're going to use the light smoky slate, that Pearl Basic Jewels that we covered with our Stampin' Blends. So I use my Take Your Pick tool. I use the pointy end, and I just slide up underneath the pearl. Now I'm going to put one right here. Press down just to make sure it adheres well. And then I'll take this one. Hopefully, okay, good. I'll put that up here. Press down, make sure it adheres well. And then the third one, I think I'll put it by the second E in peace. Oops, there we go. Press down, make sure it adheres well. So that is our card. So just so I have it. So when I painted the Pearl Basic Jewels, The Stampin' Blends have a pin point tip, a fine point tip, and then they have a brush tip. So I take the brush in, and then I just paint and since this is an alcohol marker, it doesn't take that long to dry. So do that, however many pearls I want to make that color. I'll just do one more, and it doesn't take that long to paint. So if you have the Stampin' Blends, the alcohol markers, you can color your pearls that way. So that's something to keep in mind. So that is our first card. In my first card, I actually, the Whisper White and the Designer Series paper, I actually put that up on dimensionals, but this time I just laid it flat just to change it up a little bit. So that is our first card. So our second card. This is our second card. The card base is Knight of Navy. It is 5.5 by 8.5, and I scored it at 4 1/4. This layer, it's hard to see, but it's 4 by 5 1/4. This layer is also Knight of Navy cardstock. I use Whisper White ink to stamp the snowflakes and the dove and peace, joy, love. This sentiment is also on Knight of Navy cardstock. It's 1 inch by 4 inches, and I rounded the corners, all 4 corners. The Pearl Basic Jewels, I didn't color these two. These are the small ones. I didn't color these. I just kept them in normal color, but I put one here to represent the berry, and I colored it with the dark real red. As I stated, the Stampin' Blends come in light and dark, so I used the dark real red for that. And on the inside, we have another layer of Knight of Navy. This is 4 by 5 1/4, and our sentiment is the same as the first card. May your season be filled with all the wonder and blessings of Christmas. So that is our card. Simple. And our envelope is the ornament right here on the lower left, and on the flap on the lower left. And if you, just in case you're wondering about if you did decide to make this card, you can use a Stampin' Chalk marker to sign your name on this card. I will show you. I'll use the back of this. Like if I wanted to sign my name with the marker, so that's how it would look. So don't be afraid to use a dark layer of cardstock on your cards, because if you have the chalk marker, then you can you can still sign it and people will see what your name is. That's my envelope. This is on the front. This is our layer for the front. I've already cut it. I've already placed the dimensionals on it. And for the, so I'll start with the inside. With my inside layer, 4 by 5 1/4 cardstock. Do all 4 sides and the diagonal. So the inside is done. So the outside, I took the snowflake stamp and I just did some random stamping. I stamped the dove first, and then I did some random stamping of the snowflakes around the dove. So do all 4 sides. And the diagonal. Check, all right. All right. So this is our sentiment, peace, joy, and love. I already attached the Stampin' Dimensionals, and just make sure the dove is not covered. So I'm going to put it on right there. Peel off the backs. Make sure it's straight. So, get my Take Your Pick tool. I'm going to use small pearls for these two, to cover these 2 dots right here. All right, there's one. Press. Make sure that it is adhered. And number 2. Press. Make sure it's adhered. I already colored the medium size with the dark red Stampin' Blend. So pick that up and put it on the berry. Press. Make sure it is adhered, and our card is done. So pearls are my favorite jewel, so I have a lot of these, and I have all of the Stampin' Blends that are currently available. So I will be doing a lot of coloring of pearls in my projects when 2021 begins. So that is our second card. With my bone folder, and it stands up, so we are all set. So thank you for watching. I'm going to just go over our announcements one more time, since most of them are time sensitive. And for the folks who came to our Facebook Live event late, just go over one more time. So we have our August to December 2020 mini catalog is ending at the end of December. So starting on Tuesday, December 8th, you can buy some of the retired products at, some of them are up to 50% off. Some are 10, some are 20, some are 40, and some are 50%. So the sale starts Tuesday, December 8th, and it runs until January 4th. However, it's as long as supplies last. So my suggestion is if you have your eye on some products or some sweets or some bundles, my suggestion is to buy them as soon as possible. Once again, the Curvy Celebrations is one of the bundles that will be retiring. I wanted to stress the Curvy Christmas stamp set and the Classic Christmas Designer Series paper. This will not carry over to the next catalog. The Quite Curvy stamp set and the Curvy dies will, but if you want to get this Christmas Designer Series paper and this Curvy Christmas stamp set, you should try to get them until before January 4th. The December 2020 Paper Pumpkin, the deadline is December 10th, which is Thursday. It's coming up soon. Very comforting is the theme. There will be enough supplies in this kit to make 12 cards. It comes with an ink spot. It comes with a stamp set. And if this is your first time subscribing to Paper Pumpkin, you will get one of these stamping blocks. And it says Paper Pumpkin right here. Paper Pumpkin is $22 a month. You can cancel at any time. The $22 includes shipping, which is a great deal. Because if you have small children at home and they need some kind of activity, winter is coming, Paper Pumpkin comes directly to your mailbox every month, and it will keep them occupied. And our final announcement is save the date. For my next card making workshop, I will be featuring a all-inclusive kit in the January to June 2021 mini catalog. The date of the workshop is Friday, January 29th, 2021. It will occur from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and it will happen via Zoom. Make sure you are subscribed to my email list so that you can know what the card kit is and how to register. There are benefits to registering early. If you have any other questions, feel free to contact me. You can visit interwovencreationsbycrystal.com/store to learn how to use the host code. This is the host code for December 2020. Everyone who uses the host code will be entered to win a prize. There's no requirement to use the host code. It is purely optional. If you want to be entered to win a prize, feel free to use the host code if your purchase will be less than $150. If your purchase will be more than $150, do not use the host code. You will be eligible to redeem Stampin' Rewards for your purchase. Generally, Stampin' Rewards are 10% of your cart value. So feel free to do that. If you have any questions, you can contact me. And I look forward to seeing you next Sunday for another edition of Sunday Funday. Have a great week and happy crafting.